Now, this is kind of controversial. Online dating. Okay, now I used to do online dating, all right? I'm not going to totally trash it. I did it for like, a few years while I was single. And I went on a lot of dates, and I learned a lot about, that world. And what I've found is online dating attracts a type of person. And that type of person is often, not always, someone who is what I call an intimacy phobe. They're totally phobic about intimacy. Like, they don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. And this is a perfect answer for people who are afraid of intimacy, because you just get to play around. There's no commitment, there's no accountability. You can run away and ghost people as much as you want. And what ends up happening is you end up wasting so much time. Now you're probably thinking, oh, I have a friend who met someone on an app. What about, yes, it definitely happens. I've heard the stories. I know of people who've met on an app. But if you think about the millions of people using online dating and the percentage for whom those interactions turn into like a marriage, pretty slim. And the other thing is that it can hurt your relationship with yourself to online date, because first of all, you have to create a profile, and that can be a very stressful experience for people, just creating the online profile. And then when you're out there, built into online dating inherently is that you're going to be rejected. You're going to be rejected. There's so much swiping, where you don't actually ever end up meeting anyone. And the ghosting that happens is so prevalent. So I don't care if you're, Cindy Crawford or whoever, or whatever popular model there is today. Cindy Crawford's like so 90s. But it doesn't matter like how amazing you are going to be rejected in online dating. And especially if we're coming out of a breakup, we're very raw, right? Like, we're very sensitive. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to do online dating so I can like deal with the pain of the breakup. But it really is a terrible Band-Aid that you end up ripping off, because you end up getting rejected. And when you're that raw and new out of a breakup, the last thing you need is feelings of rejection like over and over again, because it'll just knock you down. So online dating is one of the things hurting your relationships, a relationship with yourself. And also, if you're one of the people who's ghosting others, you're hurting them. You're hurting those relationships with the people out there that you're not meeting. Okay, so lastly, number 10, passive aggression. Now, this takes many forms, and a lot of people don't know what passive aggression is. But think about any time if you've ever been angry and you storm out and like slam a door, right? That's being passive aggressive. You're not talking about what upset you. You're not using your words. You're instead doing an action that is communicating to your partner or family member or whoever that you're angry. But it's not, you're running away. You're not facing it head on and being communicative in a healthy way. So yeah, passive aggressive. Or you might leave dishes in the sink if you're mad at someone, your domestic partner, and things like that. I'm sure you can think of a lot of examples now that I've given you a couple. But being passive aggressive is so harmful to your relationships. It really hurts your relationships, because imagine if you're doing that all the time. If you're never talking about the problems going on in the relationship and you're doing these little things to just act out, it's aggressive, right? And the person can start to feel unsafe. It's aggressive. There's anger coming out. The person can feel unsafe, disconnected from you, not to mention frustrated and angry. So now you have more anger in the mix. We had your anger from the original incident, and now the other partner or person is getting angry at you because of all these ways that you're acting out, and it just compounds, and now you're at war. You're at war. I mean, it's no surprise that the divorce rate is so high because this stuff goes on for years in marriages, in marriages and families. And if you learn to use your words, to face your partner, to have eye contact, to not use humor to get out of it, to come home from work. If you come home from work and you stop using vague words, you have body language to sit and talk about things. You give people space. You don't try to change or fix. You stop being passive aggressive. You're going to come together and you're going to have healthier relationships.